everyone, I am Osima Biswal. Today I will discuss about achievements of nationalized banks. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel Economic Tech. Okay, the commercial banking system in India has improved and progressed appreciably after bank nationalization in 1969. A development of banking industry. First, developmental role of banks. Okay, after the nationalization, the public sector banks have given up their traditional approach of maximizing profits for the shareholders and have adopted the developmental role in the interest of the country. Second, branch expansion. There has been a spectacular expansion of bank branches after nationalization of major commercial banks in 1969. Third, coverage of rural areas. The main thrust of branch expansion policy in the post-nationalization period has been on increasing the banking facilities in rural areas. Fourth, reduction of regional imbalances. Another highlights of the branch expansion policy since the nationalization of banks has been to extend banking facilities in the deficit and unbanked areas and to reduce the regional imbalances. Okay, high expansion of bank deposits. Since nationalization of banks, there has been a significant increase in the deposits of commercial banks. 6. Change in composition of deposits. The relative proportion of demand and type deposits have also changed markedly after the nationalization of banks. The proportion of time deposits has increased continuously from 50% in 1951 to 75% in 1969 and further 83.6% in 1996. This is a clear indication of a shift in favor of fixed deposits of commercial banks. 7. Credit expansion. The expansion of bank credit has also been more spectacular in the post-bank nationalization period. 8. Investment in government securities. The nationalized banks were also expected to provide finance for economic plans for the country through the purchase of government securities. Okay. Then B. Financing of priority sectors. First, lesser importance to big industries. The sectoral deployment of credit has undergone a great qualitative change after nationalization of banks. In the pre-nationalization days, large and medium industries and wholesale trade account for about 78% of the total bank credit, while agriculture accounted for only 2.2% of the total bank credit. The share of large and medium industries and wholesale trade in the total bank credit had declined to about 33% in 1996. Correspondingly, the share of agriculture, small industries and other priority sectors, food procurement agencies, export has increased. Second, advances to priority sectors. One of the main objectives of nationalization of banks was to extend credit facilities to the borrowers in the so far neglected sectors of the country. Okay. Third, agricultural finance. After nationalization, the commercial banks have been given special attention to the financial needs of the agriculturist and the rural areas. Okay. Fourth, bank credit for small scale industries. Small scale industries sector has also been recognized by the government as an important productive sector of the economy which deserves which deserves social financial assistance by the commercial banks. Okay, keeping this is in mind, various facilities and concessions have been made available to this sector from the banks, particularly after their nationalization in 1969. Okay, 5. Banks and export promotion. In a developing economy like India, there is great need to promote exports in order to earn sufficient foreign exchange to be able to meet the country's large and growing foreign exchange obligations. 6. Credit to weaker sections. Okay, credit to weaker sections. In order to increase the flow of bank credit to the smaller and poorer borrowers, the government has broadened the concept of weaker sections of the society. Now, the weaker sections include small and marginal farmers, landless laborers, tenant farmers, and sharecroppers, artisans, village and cottage industries, beneficiaries of integrated and rural development program, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, and beneficiaries of differential rate of interest scheme. Okay. 5. Differential rate of interest scheme. With a view to provide bank credit to the weaker section of the society at a concessional rate, the government introduced differential rate of interest scheme from April 1972. Okay. See, changing role of commercial banking or innovative banking. The whole history of the developmental of banking system in India since independence, particularly after the bank nationalization in 1969, is a story of numerous diversification and innovations introduced in the functioning of banks with a view to expand and improve their performance in accordance with the changing needs of the economy. Important innovations in banking which have been introduced recently are discussed below. First, social banking. After nationalization, the commercial banks in India have adopted a new policy orientation to meet the social economic obligations of the country. Second, participatory approach. In 1970, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) introduced participation certification with the objective of greater mobilization of funds, less recourse to the RBI, and diversification the availability of financial instruments. Okay. Third, consortium approach. Consortium approach to lending was introduced by the RBI in 1974. According to this approach, more than one bank would finance a single borrower requiring large credit limits. This approach enables banks to spread risk of lending. B. Breaks the monopoly of big banks who have larger spread risk of accounts. C. Enables banks to share experience and expertise. D. Introduces uniformity in approach to lending. E. Involves banks to pool their resources. F. Check multiple financing of the same account. Okay. 4. Credit card facility. Commercial banks introduced the credit card facility in the early 1980s. In the following years, this facility has been become increasingly popular among the banking as well as the public. Okay. Credit card is a convenient medium of exchange which enables its holders to purchase goods and services from the member of establishment without using money. Okay. 5. New technology. The commercial banks now are fast introducing mechanization, computerization, and many new techniques in their operation with the objective of improving the customer service, productivity and operational efficiency. 6. Diversification. Since mid-1980s, the commercial banks in India have diversified into many related areas such as merchant banking, mutual funds, venture capital, equipment, leasing, household finance, hire purchase credit, either on their own or through setting up of specialized subsidiaries. 7. Consolidation phase. Since mid-1980s, banks have also entered the phase of consolidation, increased sophistication and greater productivity. The principles of viability, efficiency and prudence and profitability are now receiving as much attention as social banking. Okay, consolidation with moderate and selective expansion are the key words of banking operation. Apart from the social functions, the banks would now pay greater attention to improvement in financial viability, selective modernization and computerization, see greater consumer services, the better managerial culture, E. Adequate profitability, a strong and healthy organization structure, and G. Effective system of internal supervision, control, housekeeping and training. So these are the small discussion about achievements of nationalized banks. Thanks for watching.